Hi, I'm Ruth. Welcome to Sunshine Mills. These slides will cover company policy regarding temporary employees. This is your first step towards safety, which will help you get started on the right foot and safely conduct your job. Like everything else at Sunshine Mills, safety is a team effort. Not only is everyone responsible for his or her own safety, but they should also look out for the safety of others as well. This orientation will give you an overview of the safety, health, and environmental issues that we face every day. The Safety and Environmental Department, as well as every manager, has in-depth explanations and written procedures pertaining to all safety and environmental issues at Sunshine Mills. Please, if you ever have questions, see your manager or anyone in the Sunshine Mills Safety and Environmental Department. Always remember, there is no job so important or any service so urgent that a person cannot take the time necessary to perform his or her work safely. Purpose: Sunshine Mills continuously conducts programs and commits resources to provide and maintain a safe and healthful working environment that is free from recognized hazards for its employees. This presentation is part of the overall safety, health, and environmental program that Sunshine Mills has set up to train and protect its workers. Under OSHA, the employer has the responsibility to provide a safe and healthy workplace for its employees. The employee has the responsibility to follow all safety rules and procedures, as well as wearing the appropriate personal protective equipment, PPE. The employee has the right to refuse to perform a job task, which he or she deems to be unsafe. Enforcement of HSE procedures. Safety on the job can only be achieved when each of us learns to practice safety routinely in our activities at work. To emphasize the Sunshine Mills principle that safety is of utmost importance, a policy has been adopted to enforce all safety, health, and environmental guidelines and policies. Our policy: if you are observed violating any established policy, or endangering your safety or the safety of others, appropriate action will be initiated by the company. The possible action may warrant termination of employment, depending upon the nature and severity of offense. Reporting and correcting. We encourage you to actively participate in the identification and correction of at-risk behaviors and at-risk conditions, and to report hazards to your manager, the safety manager, and/or plant manager immediately. Also remember that Sunshine Mills does not want its employees to take unnecessary risks or chances in order to complete any job. If you can initiate corrective action, such as clearing a blocked aisle or eye wash station, do it yourself. Don't wait for someone else to correct the hazard. It may be too late. Actively participate. Report workplace injuries. Neglected minor injuries may easily become infected, with serious results. Report all injuries to your manager, no matter how minor the injury may be. Your manager will make sure you receive the proper first aid and/or medical treatment promptly and will complete an incident report. In the absence of your immediate manager, you must notify any manager or lead. Reported accidents shall be investigated by the appropriate personnel as immediately as practicable. Your cooperation and assistance are necessary if we are to correct or eliminate the cause of the accident. Emergency Response Team. The Emergency Response Team, ERT, responds to medical emergencies that may jeopardize the health and safety of our employees. In addition to this responsibility, the ERT may assist in the total or partial evacuation of the facility. Members of the ERT are available during each regularly scheduled work shift. All members have been fully trained in first aid, CPR, as well as operation of the AED. Emergency procedures. Evacuation routes have been posted at conspicuous locations. Learn the location of fire exits. Fire exits must be kept clear at all times. Drills in the events of fire, building evacuation, and tornado are performed routinely to ensure readiness should an actual event occur. Emergency equipment is available for use in the event of emergencies. Under no circumstances will anyone attempt to put out structural fires. Portable fire extinguishers are available to be used for small fires. Only trained and authorized personnel may use portable fire extinguishers. Fall prevention and overhead work. Take no chances. Falls are dangerous. Inspect your fall prevention equipment, ladder, harness, etc. before using. Never use defective equipment. Remove the defective equipment from service and report it to your manager immediately. Use the appropriate equipment specific to the task you are doing. Always maintain a 3-point contact when going up or down a ladder. Specific requirements and procedures are in place for conducting overhead work, above 4 feet. You must be trained and qualified to perform this type of work. When overhead work is being conducted, avoid the area where it is being performed as much as possible. This will reduce your chances of injury from falling tools, materials, etc. Shared pedestrian and forklift areas. At all times, every effort must be made to keep aisles clear. Many items are moved through the plant, via plant aisles, by material handling equipment. Persons operating these vehicles are provided special training in their safe operation, but you, as a pedestrian in the aisle, also have a responsibility. Be alert and move out of the way. Pedestrians share the aisles with powered industrial trucks on a regular basis. Both pedestrians and pit operators must maintain a minimum distance of 3 feet from the sides and 10 feet from the front and back of the truck when the truck is in motion. Red lights have been installed on the sides of all forklifts to show this 3-foot distance. Blue lights have also been installed on the forklifts to indicate the direction of travel of the truck. The blue lights project about 8 feet in front of the truck. Powered industrial trucks, forklifts. Only authorized operators are allowed to drive powered industrial trucks, forklifts, and operate powered electrical pallet jacks. An authorized operator is one who has been fully trained and tested, knows the general vehicle design, and who has learned safety inspections and safe driving rules. When operating a powered industrial truck, your responsibilities are great. Think, act, and be professional in your operation of all equipment. Be a skilled and safe operator, and able to handle the job efficiently and safely. All operators must be trained and certified by a Sunshine Mills certified trainer. Previous experience is not a factor. Housekeeping. Good plant housekeeping is the foundation of safety as well as food safety. You are expected to do your part in helping to keep the entire facility clean and sanitary, including the following places: your workstation area, drinking fountain areas, toilets, storerooms and closet rooms, cafeteria and break rooms, aisles and stairways, parking lots, and exterior plant property. Specific housekeeping requirements may be required on certain operations or areas. Consult with your manager for specific instructions. Blood-borne pathogens. To avoid potential exposure of personnel to blood-borne infectious diseases, first aid providers must wear the proper personal protective equipment when treating any injury or illness. If you personally decide to assist injured associates, make sure that you are protected prior to making physical contacts with the injured. It is highly recommended that you call for assistance, such as first aid providers who are trained to respond to these types of incidents. Confined space entry. All permit-required confined spaces are clearly labeled and cannot be entered unless the associate has been through specific training. Under no circumstances should anyone other than trained individuals enter a confined space, regardless of previous experience and training. Lockout-tagout. Occasionally, a machine, process, or powered vehicle will be shut down for maintenance, setup, or due to an at-risk or potentially at-risk condition. For example, an electrician may be working in an electrical panel box, or a toolmaker may be working on a die in a press. A danger tag and lock, indicating that the equipment has been locked out and tagged out, will be used to inform you that the equipment is out of operation, i.e., not to be used. If you see one of these tags, pay attention to its warning. Operating equipment that has been locked out and tagged out may cause injury or death to you or to the employee working on the equipment. Unauthorized removal of a lock and/or tag will result in disciplinary action. Individuals who are authorized to lock out and/or tag out have received more comprehensive training. Equipment operation and adjustments. Do not oil, clean, or adjust your machine unless authorized by your manager. Follow the instructions given to you by your manager or lead for shutting down the machine and performing the work required. Defective machinery or equipment will be tagged and/or locked out for identification by authorized personnel. Never attempt to run any piece of equipment unless trained and authorized to do so. Machine guarding. Machine guards have been installed on equipment to cover the point of operation. At the beginning of every shift, verify all machine guards are in place. If any guard is removed, do not operate the machine and notify your manager. Never reach beyond the plane of the guard, or put your hands near the point of operation. Safety interlocked guards should be tested at the beginning of each shift to verify proper operation. Manual material handling. There are instances in our facilities where manual material handling is necessary. There are some procedures around manual material handling that have been implemented to protect associates. No one should lift any item over 30 pounds without assistance. Buddy lift. When lifting, proper body alignment should be maintained. Lift with your legs and not your back. Keep the load close to the body. Avoid awkward positions when lifting any load. Dress code and hygiene. No loose clothing can be worn. Loose clothing could get caught in moving machinery. Full-length pants must be worn. No shorts, capris, or crop pants are allowed. No jewelry of any kind is allowed. This includes wedding bands. Some of our facilities provide t-shirts for temporary associates. These must be clean and laundered daily if not laundered by the uniform company. Personal protective equipment. Standard PPE throughout all Sunshine Mills facilities includes safety glasses with side shields, hearing protection, protected toe shoes, and a ball cap or bump cap. Additional PPE may be required for specific tasks. This may include cut-resistant gloves, face shields, and chemical-resistant gloves. N95 masks are not required, but are available if anyone chooses to wear them for comfort, so long as they have checked with the HSE manager and signed the Appendix D. Compressed air. All compressed air blow-off hoses must be equipped with a nozzle that limits the discharge pressure to 30 pounds per square inch. Do not use compressed air for dusting your clothing or any part of your body or for cleaning up your workstation. When using a compressed air hose, keep the nozzle pointed away from you and other personnel to avoid injuring yourself or others from flying particles. Smoking, eating, and drinking. Eating and drinking is not allowed in the plant except in designated break areas. Your manager will show you where these break areas are located. Sunshine Mills has adopted a tobacco-free policy. Use of tobacco products are prohibited except in approved areas and never inside any of the facilities or around the unloading or silo areas. Hazard communication. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration, OSHA, has issued the Hazard Communication or Right to Know standard, stating that all employees have the right to know what chemicals they are exposed to. All employees must be trained in the protection measures, what personal protective equipment is to be worn, how to properly dispense, store, use, respond to emergency spills and exposures, and how to properly dispose of each chemical. Sunshine Mills has developed a plan to do just that. The plan also describes the training you will receive, how to locate a safety data sheet, SDS, how we label our chemical containers, and how we comply with the law. Hazard communication continued. But remember, hazard communication can protect you only if you read labels and SDSs. Know where to find information. Follow warnings and instructions. Use the correct personal protective equipment. Learn emergency procedures. And practice safe work and hygiene habits. Alcohol and drugs. Employees shall not report to work while under the influence of alcohol or drugs that can cause physical impairment. Being under the influence, possession, transportation, or consumption of alcoholic beverages or illegal drugs on company property is prohibited. Your inability to perform your job at full capacity and alertness can result in injury to yourself or others. If your personal physician prescribes medications which tend to make you sleepy, or which can cause you to have an accident when operating machinery, you must consult your physician to ensure that your work should not include any job reassignments. If your physician recommends job reassignment, your manager must be informed. Work procedures. All employees have a personal responsibility to become acquainted with and follow safe work rules or procedures of this facility, to exercise the proper amount of care in the performance of their jobs, to ensure their personal safety and well-being, as well as the safety and well-being of their fellow employees. Employees shall ensure they thoroughly understand their job operations. Be sure you know the safe way to do your job. If you are not sure, ask your manager for assistance. When in doubt, ask. Attention to the job. Distraction can cause injury. Do not talk to anyone while either of you are doing work which requires attention to prevent injury. Horseplay of any description is unsafe and will not be tolerated. Do not run on company property. It is not safe for you or others. Cell phone use is prohibited. Points to remember. Safety is everyone's responsibility. Report any at-risk behaviors, at-risk conditions, and any incidents, no matter how minor, to your manager. Do not operate any equipment you are not trained or authorized to operate. Welcome to Sunshine Mills. We look forward to having you work in our facilities.